Good morning, Amy Abelar, your acupuncture business coach. I wanted to make a video and be as authentic as I possibly could. So I just woke up. This is my normal morning routine. I'm in my jammies and I've got my computer, see baby monitor, baby toys in the background. And this is what my normal morning routine looks like. So some mornings I get up, I go to the gym. Other mornings I get up and I do this. I sit out on the couch. I've got my coffee brewing in the background and I get on my computer and I just work. I started doing this when my son was little. I found that this was the only time in the day that I got that was truly for me, where the house was quiet, I could enjoy my coffee, nobody else needed anything, everybody else was asleep. And so that's really when I did a lot of my business building, a lot of my brainstorming, a lot of my catching up on my miscellaneous tasks that I needed to do. And I just want to mention that because I feel like so often we can represent ourselves as we've already done all the work. We've already got everything, all the digital downloads have been made, the videos have been made, the course has been made. And really for that stuff, I'm working on that as it comes, right? I get new ideas all the time every time I treat a patient. And then I get to experience the types of things, right, by treating patients that you may want to know the answers to. And so it's great for me to be able to have this time in the morning to think through some of those things. What are the types of things that I've experienced that you guys are going to want to know? What should I be making videos about? And so I'm using that, my morning time more recently, to work on that kind of stuff. But I'm also spending this morning time working on my business, my other business. I own a massage and acupuncture clinic, and there's myself, one other acupuncturist, and 19 massage therapists. It's a lot to manage, and even though I have a manager in place there's still inevitably a whole bunch of stuff that happens that I can't really delegate to someone else. You can authenticity. You can hear my coffee beeping in the background now. And so I tend to get up at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, almost every day. And that's my time to really work on trying to solve the problems. Sometimes it's just checklists. Sometimes it's just, oh my gosh, I have way too many things that I didn't get done yesterday or the day before. I just need to spend an hour or so running through this checklist and getting all this stuff done. Other times I use this time for what I would call like business journaling and brainstorming. I like to think about what's going on in my business, not just the acupuncture business coach piece, but in my other business, my acupuncture clinic, my massage business. I like to think about what is going on that needs improvement. Where could I make that improvement? What could I do to help with staffing issues or supply chain issues, or what kinds of things are clients giving us feedback about that I need to maybe implement, or what kind of systems could I put in place, right? So the first thing is, what are the problems, what are the reoccurring issues? And then what kind of systems can I put in place to either resolve those issues or prevent those types of issues from happening again? And so I like to use my morning time to be brainstorming in that way. I find that having that quiet space to do so, where I really can't do anything else. I know a lot of people will talk about time blocking, and I'm sure I'll make a video on that at some point, but in the early morning at 5:30 or 5 a.m., nobody else is usually awake. So you're not getting pinged text message from clients, you're not getting missed calls from clients, you're not having somebody who needs you for something like a child or a spouse or employees. And so I find that it's in some ways it's extra helpful because there's less distraction. And other than the fact that my coffee cup gets low and I need to get up and make my, pour my second cup, that's really about the only interruption that I have. And so I really enjoy this morning time. I would highly encourage you to figure out a time that works for you. Could be early in the morning, could be a different part of the day, but I would highly recommend that you take a chunk of time and make that your brainstorming time or your I'm working on my business time. Because if you don't make that a regular part of your day, it won't happen. When I'm not intentional about it, I'll go a week and a half without getting up early. And I'll notice that I start to feel more stressed out. And it's because I didn't have that alone time in the morning with my thoughts to really think and plan and brainstorm and then sometimes even execute the things that I needed to do. So, highly recommend get up a little bit earlier, get some alone time, do some brainstorming, problem solve the issues that are going on in your business. I have courses and videos that talk a lot about the different problems and give you solutions for how to fix those problems or how to address those things or systems to put in place, like I've had to do over the years. But so those are always available to you guys as well. If you have specific questions, specific things that you're struggling with that you'd like to have a system for, I can probably guarantee that I've made it. So if you have these questions, drop them in the link, comment what your question is, and then that way I can address those for you. I'm sure you're not going to be the only one with those questions either. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thanks for taking a sneak peek into what my mornings look like as a business owner.